Hey, blessings and shalom, everybody. It is Queen Angelique. God said, children of God, I know y'all felt the shift. A lot of people say it's a shift in the atmosphere. It's a shift in your spiritual walk. The feeling I feel now in this season is the same feeling when God called me in 2013 and really started talking to me. It's a peace that will surpass all human understanding. And I'm listening to my worship music, and I'm wanted to speak about this on your spiritual journey and your spiritual walk. I was thinking about what my son said about him being in school that long. He don't know Angelique had to go put in a lot of midnight burning oil just to make sure you succeeded, and live out your dreams, because I didn't have a parent or support system to teach me how to be a nice person, a good person, an honest person. But my mother wasn't like that. Very deceitful. I'm nothing like her. I'm nothing like my dad. Very deceitful. As everybody know, I'm a product of out of wedlock child. So a lot of people would criticize you because of who you are, but you are not who you were. You are who you are, who God created you to be. God created me to be a queen. He created me to be a teacher. I am an expositorial Bible teacher. I have an intercessory ministry, and last night I was up there writing down in my planner, and I started to put a lot of the add a lot like video link, which shows I have 8,500 views. This morning is 9.6K, and rising. And it told me congratulations. Because when the devil think he can stop something, God would let him know, devil, get up off my child. And that's where it's at this season. He's off of the children of God. And women of God, the younger ones that's walking, and the older ones, we already know. The Jezebel spirit will hate you more because you stand in integrity and modesty. You are a Proverbs 31 woman. You are a Titus 2 woman to teach the future generations on how they should be and what they should do and how they should treat their husbands, how they should be a role model, how they should be meek. And that's the worst thing to see, is a woman that talk too daggone much and gossip. And a lot of people will not like that you don't do any of those things. No, I don't, because I have to show example. Because anytime you could talk about somebody and you can't help them, you need to be quiet. And that's that Jezebel spirit. So the Jezebel, the Lila spirit, the Herodias spirit, there's so many of them. What's the other ones? Jezebel, Bathsheba, all these women's going to be pitted against you. And women, don't get that twisted. The men is going to be coming for you too. They are going to try to stop you in your journey and detour you from what God has for you. But God made Angelique over, like one of my favorite songs I wrote a lot of prophetic words with, Make Me Over Again by Tonex. A lot of people need to be made over again. He need to make and create in you a new heart, that you won't be a deceitful person, a dishonest person. Your integrity means a lot in the eyes of a king, or a real king or queen, because they're not going to tolerate disrespect. They're not going to tolerate disloyalty, and they're not going to tolerate a lot of things. And that's what you're going to be. That's where the warfare is going to come from. It doesn't go come from the men as much as the women. It's going to come from them women, them harlots, a Jezebel, that don't like it. Like me, I like to be modest. I got my Crocs, I got my jogging pants on. I got up early. It's like, 7:45. I'm already up and dressed for the day. I had bumped my hair a little bit and kept it pushing, because I don't have to work. I'm going to be working on my business. I'm about to get me some business cards created. And I'm going to have my YouTube links so they'll know if they want me to come and teach or speak or whatever at their churches. I'm about to do this thing. God showed me my dream, and I'm living it. And I thank God. I thank you, supporters. I thank the subscribers. I thank those people that's praying for me. Oh, Lord, the Facebook fans. The Facebook family. Those are the ones I'm thanking for 2009 to 2013. The mature men and women that always had an encouraging word when I wasn't sure what God wanted me to do, and I was kind of fearful. I remember that Jonah spirit, except for I didn't run. I accepted my call on my life, and I changed my life. And I gave up my life for a better life, and for my children to be able to be broken from the curses that was on our generational bloodline. And God did that. He'll do it for you. And I don't have no problem with speaking. You see, I don't have no problem. I'm like John the Baptist. So if you don't want John the Baptist at your church house, don't come for me. Don't call me. Don't Zoom me. I do videos. I do whatever, because God said your gifts, Angelique, has made room for you. They have brought Angelique in front of a great millions and billions of people. My daughter thought I was joking when I showed her that. I've been in this too long. I told her I missed out a lot of time enjoying y'all just because I had to do what God told me to do. I had to burn the midnight Lord and get and learn that Bible that I used to try to put away. And my grandmother would talk about it, and I kind of like blew it off. And I see my children doing the same thing. So pray for them that they'll accept their call on their lives, and they'll be the great model men and women that I taught them to be, that God taught me how to be a mother, taught me how to be a wife, and He taught me how to be mainly a friend. And I'm like my grandmother. If you got something to talk about, a lot of times nobody knew. My grandmother didn't probably want to listen to you, but she'll listen to you, because that's what God made us, to have a heart of compassion and empathy. Just like at my son's graduation, the leader, because I don't want to put my son up out there, because you have so many people, looky-loos, that's trying to destroy you. And that's what I learned from being in this so long. I could have been ahead of where I was supposed to be, but a lot of people knew my plans, and they tried to detour me. That's what God said, don't let nobody know it until you execute it and you do it. And then you place it out, because the enemy is trying to stop you. But at the, I remember I taped the speech because it's going to be a motivation to me, and to what I stand for and what I do. He said, you must have empathy. Empathy is not the same as sympathy, because when you can have an empathetic heart, you can feel and meet people where they are, because you know how that pain of rejection, you know how the pain it was to not fit in. I knew I didn't never fit in. So God, every time I tried to fit in, God shook up my whatever I thought I was doing. So I don't fit in with nobody, and I'm okay with that. And He said that you are going to leave here today, and you're going to make a difference, and you're going to show, like He said, when He came to that school, He's a judge now. He's a guest speaker. When He came to that school in '68, it was segregation and everything. But He made a stand. You see, He's doing good, and He's motivating our first generation of curse breakers that's coming up. That's what God told me. And He's going to do exactly what He did. Even when my son did, and when I'm dead and gone, I want him to be the best, and my other children to be the best that they can be. Sometimes I might chastise them, because I know what I see and I've been experienced when they going down the road, and I want them to be better children. I want them to make me proud of you for the mother that I taught you to be, how to love one another, how to be caring, how to help people. And I could say most of them are not selfish. And then, you know, when they going into their thing, when they getting growing and growing, they're going to get out of it. A lot of me, like me, you'll think I'm prideful. No, I'm not prideful. I'm just confident. Because when God tell you who you is, it ain't nobody can tell me nothing. So, I want y'all to keep going and keep doing what you need to do. And women, you're going to have to stay prayed up. And men of God, you're going to have to pray for them and cover them, because I had a lot of onslaughts. That's where most of my warfare came from. The Jezebel spirit, because even on FB, I always stood for the men. I always prayed to intercede that we'll have a group of men that's going to stand up and man up and do what God taught them to be. Not emasculated men running behind women and chasing tail and all that. God didn't make you to do that. That's what God said. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, and that man will find the favor of God over his life. Not the man that's doing all this stuff that's not in the will of God for his life. He's going to have hell. He's going to have sleepless nights. He's going to have misery, because he went off the path. A lot of them went off the path of what God had them to be. And I thank God that I had a sense enough, at least at 30, to come myself all the way into the kingdom of God. I got tired of people trying to mistreat me and try to act like I didn't feel I'm not good enough. Baby, I'm better than good enough. Because God crafted a queen is not born, they're created. And God created me. I am Queen Angelique. Until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye. And have a good one.